push you. So maybe we can find some. Don't wanna pull you. So maybe we can find some. Maybe we can find some.
Let's go, baby. Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl Shy.
And it's your girl T.
And welcome to the
CheyTeaPodcast.
Every single time we get it right. Let's go. We are here.
We're here, finally.
After so many months. Well, it wasn't really that long.
Yeah.
But
it felt like forever, though, because I just wanted to, get started.
Yeah. You're impatient.
Mm-hmm. That's
what it is. Let's start tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
I was like, what do you want to talk about? Let's go.
Ease into this.
No,
but
we're good.
Welcome to our podcast. This is our first episode, and I just want to express the gratitude here, okay? I just want to let everybody know that there will be trial, there will be errors.
And just bear with us. Be nice. Because I'm not somebody, and let's just say, I'm not a talker like that. So to do a podcast is a little bit scary, but we're going to do it.
We're going to do
and
this.
We're going to be good.
And we're going to, good, great, awesome, amazing.
Yes.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Okay.
On point.
Let's introduce ourselves to the world. I don't know if the whole world is listening.
No, we're going to keep that energy of the whole world will be listening.
It's an international thing around here, baby. Mm-hmm. But let the world know, let everybody know who we are.
Yes. You go first. You're Shy.
That is true. I am
Shy T. Just so we all know. See it above us? Shy T. You'll never get it fucked up.
Oh gosh. Anyways, let's be serious. My name is Cheyenne, and I am the Shy to the T. I'm saying I am a dancer, choreographer, a instructor, a teacher from Toronto. I have been dancing in the recreational competitive program since the age of 6. I know. I started teaching at 19, and I've been a dance teacher for 11 years.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I've learned a lot. But I started in the industry side when I was more so 21. 21 was the age where I kind of went into it. Some of my credits include Jessica Alba, Netflix.
Wow.
Shut up. Buju Banton, Sean
Trying to big
Paul,
you up.
You know, I'm out here, baby. Carrie Hilson.
Let's go, girl.
You know.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let us know who you are, T.
All right. My name is T. I'm also a dancer, a choreographer. I've been teaching for, I think it's 6 years now. I started dancing when I was 3. I started in recreational and then moved to competitive. I've competed in the United States as well as Canada.
My bad.
Not my bad. I've danced for Bruno Mars, Bow Wow. I've been a cheerleader for the Toronto Argonauts. I was a cheerleader for 5 years. 4 of those years I was a captain. And from there, I started teaching, broadening my horizon. And yeah, that's me.
We love a big word.
We love a big word.
That's good.
T.I.
I can't with you. But we have been friends for a very long time.
15 years.
Every time you say that, I shiver.
But I don't know if it's 15 years, but yeah. So I went to the same studio as you when I was about, I think, 9.
Right.
And now...
Well, I wouldn't call us being friends then.
Right.
When you were 9, I was 11, I felt like I was 27 and you were 5.
I know.
So
yeah.
We knew each other.
And I always admired you. I would sit while she was doing her solos and be like, I idol her. She's amazing. I just loved you.
You were my little mascot.
Yeah, I was. I was hyping you up from the sidelines. But from then, we went to the same high school.
Yeah.
And I feel like in high school, we got a lot closer.
Yes.
Yeah.
We definitely did get a lot closer. You're the reason why we went to the same high school.
Yeah.
I told your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, tell her to come here.
Mm-hmm.
your mom's like, okay.
Yeah,
And
and
then
it was an
so
art
that
school, so it was like best of both worlds, I find.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were able to, stick it out. There was
Mhm.
a little time frame where we kind of grew apart a little bit, but
Yeah, it happens.
there was always love.
Always love.
Always love.
Yeah.
But this Panasonic definitely brought us together.
She means pandemic.
Pandemic
Panasonic.
Blues.
Pandemic Blues.
That's the name of this episode.
That is the name of this
All right,
episode.
cool. Pandemic Blues. That's it. Speaking of the Pandemic Blues, let's just get to how and where we were when our lives were interrupted by this.
Where were you exactly? Because for me, I was at stage rehearsal. I remember our kids were on stage and I was reading text messages being like, everybody's being like, oh, the world's closing down, la la la, and I was like, me and my friends looked at each other and we were just like, how long do we think it's going to be? 2 weeks? 2 years? Because now it's been a year and we're still sort of in the same situation that we were in last March.
I was extremely naive to it. I was so convinced. I was like, there's no way we're going to be able to the world's going to go into a lockdown. Lockdown what? How are we supposed to stop?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to live? But I was in the middle of comp season. Comp was just starting. So
you actually got to go to a comp?
Yes.
Okay.
One of my studios went to an optional competition, so not all of my routines made it to the stage. Just a couple of my routines were able to compete just that one time. And then after that, it was just an extension of March break. That's what they told us.
Yeah.
And in the studio, I was like, okay, I'll see you guys later. Listen, yeah, you're getting 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. Practice your dances. Make sure you still know what you're doing.
Yeah. And then months, it just felt like time was going by and it wasn't getting any better.
It just wasn't getting any better, at all. So I think for me, it was just coming to terms of what was going on and then just making it work.
Yeah, 100%. I feel the exact same way.
So that's where we both were. So with the interruption of this Panasonic, did anything affect you personally besides dance, like your personal life?
I feel like because I lived alone, personal life was different. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get that interaction with people. And mind you, like I was seeing people every single day, working during the day, working at night. And then to go from that to just, you're at home, you're by yourself, you have to resort to different things. So for me, it was the FaceTime. It was getting on Zoom. It was doing all these things to make myself feel better. Not that I was in like such a negative space, but when you do live alone, it's absolutely different. You know what I mean? To where you live with people and you get to see people every single day.
You're by yourself.
Yeah. It was very different for me. And sometimes it was challenging, but it's just about keeping yourself busy, doing what you got to do. Like I was doing online classes, trying to get myself out there.
Building a routine.
Yeah.
That was the same for me. I mean, I started off saying, oh, I'm a homebody. This is soft.
Me
I can
too.
stay home. What are you talking about?
Too.
I don't go anywhere anyways. But when like the little things were taken away, like being able to go to the mall, the grocery store, seeing my family,
going to a restaurant, little things like that.
Going to go get something to eat, going to the movies. I think that was like the hardest for me, was not able to go to the movies because my boyfriend and I, that's our thing. Like,
that was your date night.
To the movies. Yeah. And I remember the last movie we went to was like right before the lockdown, and us being in a theater. Usually on a Friday night, the movie theater is packed. There was literally like him and I want to say maybe like 12 other people in the theater.
Wow.
That's how empty it was. And that's when I knew like, yo, this is getting for real, for real. So just building that. My personal life, it wasn't really affected financially. It was because, again, no one prepared for this. And like I said, I told my students, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Deuces. Practice your dance. So, I
think everybody was on that 2 week tip of just being like, okay, 2 weeks, we're going to be good. Because that's what they said at the beginning. Yeah. We're going on a worldwide lockdown for 2 weeks.
And we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back and everything's going to go back to normal. But then like lockdown extended till lockdown extended till lockdown extended. And it was to the point where I was like, yo, I don't believe nothing anymore. So that's where I was. I wasn't necessarily alone. Like, you know, I live with my family and seeing my boyfriend, and then, you know, going back and forth, just literally just going to his house
And coming back home.
going back home
Yeah.
was like the only thing I was really doing. But that was it. Financially, though, it was rough.
Can we
And I
talk
can
about
only
that?
imagine it being rough for everybody else, too.
Yeah. It came out of nowhere, and I feel like nobody was prepared financially unless, like, you have that in the back of your mind. But as
Who had that
dancing,
in the back of the mind?
I know. But you always have
Said
that
the word to the
emergency
left.
fund, you know? But as dancers, as dance teachers, I don't think we were ready for this.
No, because we are dance teachers, but we're independent contractors.
Exactly.
So we get paid for our services and our time
Hourly.
So when we are not in the studio and when we're not teaching and our services are not being needed,
Right.
then what are we doing?
Yeah.
We're not doing anything. And for me, I save. Like, I've really started to discipline myself in saving, and my goal was to buy a home. Like,
Now, did you start saving once the pandemic hit, or was that something that you've always done?
That was something that I was always doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not always the best at it.
No, but that's okay. We're learning.
You know,
we're growing. We're flourishing. We got this.
But no, I was saving, and the goal, like, it was so. That's why I had such a great year prior. 2019 was a great year for me. I was working a 9-to-5, and that's where, like, your second thoughts start to come when the pandemic came.
Yeah.
So I was working a 9-to-5 job. Long story short, I had to pretty much decide whether or not I was going to do a movie or keep my job.
Which movie was this?
Come on, follow-up questions. Well, you know, I was in the movie Self-Made.
Wow. Plug
Netflix.
it in. Everybody go watch.
You know, the story of Madame C.J. Walker, which is very important.
Very.
You know? And
that's amazing.
Yeah, I got the opportunity to be in that movie, and I chose a movie because what?
You said what?
I was like, okay. And I took that as a sign for me to do my do what I love and stick with my passion.
Absolutely.
And that's dance and teaching.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of you for that, because that's a big step. Like, to go from working 9-to-5 to deciding, you know what, this is my career, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do, and you went for it. And
I definitely did.
That's very admirable.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I was a little scared, but I went and I started teaching full time.
You jumped, you leaped.
6 days a week. I was only off on one day, Tuesdays, and I was just like, I can do this. And I told myself I was going to be able to do this. And then I was ready for 2020. I'm like, I'm in my passion. I'm doing what I love. I control my own schedule. I'm out here. And then boom.
Yeah.
So I was already saving. And like I was saying earlier, our goal was for my boyfriend and I to be able to purchase our first home together. And then that's when everything kind of happened and set that back. Yeah. So I think what helped with the pandemic was it helped me realize how to save even more, and not just for a rainy day, not just for I got a flat tire or something with my car or something like that. It was actually like for my life.
I feel like everybody looked at their life and was like, okay, we got to get things organized. We have to get it together. And not to say that, like, for me, not to say that I didn't have it together before, but the pandemic really allowed me to have that time to sit down and really organize my life, reevaluate, and just realize what's important, what's essential, and what's not.
I realized that dance teachers were not essential.
And that's another topic, because it really did label us as non-essential.
They don't give 2 F's about us.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah, we don't get the option for employment insurance.
Yeah,
we don't even get benefits. I gotta go pay to go to the dentist, which was so hard for me to do. But hey, man, I'm not
everybody's
mad,
situation,
but
is
everybody's
different.
situation is different, and I do know that some people unfortunately lost their jobs. They were laid off. And I think that was even more scarier. Imagine being a homeowner and not being able to know when you can pay for your mortgage.
Yeah. For me, I was working at schools, and then luckily I did get employment insurance because they did a temporary layoff. But yeah, that's the thing. Everybody's situation is different, and we don't realize how hard this hit some people.
Right.
And yeah, it's just crazy. I can't even imagine what some people are going through or still going through.
Still going through. So my heart's
my heart's with everybody.
Is for with everybody because I know that it is still difficult. As we're recording this, we're not in a lockdown, but
we just got out of one.
We just got out of one. Well, some regions did, but we're still kind of like we're still prepared to go back into one. Like we don't know what anything is happening. We don't know what's going on.
Right now they're saying the numbers are going up and there might be another lockdown. So how do we feel about that?
I don't feel anything.
I know.
Look here. All right.
She said, look here.
Listen to me.
I'm over it.
I'm over lockdowns. Not to get into, I'm not a anti person. Listen,
no, of course.
I'm wearing my mask.
Yes.
I'm wearing my mask.
Yes.
I'm being safe. I've been.
We are taking the necessary precautions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm being responsible as I leave my house, but I'm going outside. Okay. I don't know about you guys.
No, this summer we are going outside no matter what. We can't stop living our lives.
Invite me.
Yes.
Even if you don't invite me, I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the barbecues. Listen, I'm going to the fets. I just want to wine my wrist just a little bit.
We got to make it happen. We have to.
Just bring me outside.
Yeah.
I don't care. Even if I just walk somewhere, just bring me outside. Like that's it. But
we've been inside for so long.
I don't know in terms of like if we go into another lockdown. If we do, we're still trying to overcome this last.
And that's why we're doing this.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. Because we are trying to overcome and conquer and do things, create our own opportunities. Because listen, you only get one life.
Yeah, that's what this Panasonic taught me. Yeah, I have one life. I have one life to live.
Live it to the fullest.
I have to invest in myself.
Invest in yourself.
And this is how this podcast started, because we are investing in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with all of that being said, and the finances and the personal life, I think I also did a lot of stress shopping. I don't call it online shopping. It's called stress shopping.
Okay.
Stress shopping. It was really. What did you buy?
You were bad though. I remember every week being like, "Oh, this package is coming in. This package is coming in. This package is coming in." I was like, "Girl, what is happening?"
I was using your address because first of all, like my mom was looking at me like, "Girl, why do you keep ordering stuff?
What's going in?"
And for some reason, I don't know, my address takes forever. And
because I was on like the other side of Brampton.
Yeah.
But I don't live in Brampton anymore. I got out of there.
Okay. T's side was like, it would be like, oh, estimated shipping time is 2 days for T's. Mine, it was like 14 to 27 days. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I was ordering. I did a lot of stress shopping. Listen, I was worried. And it was, I blame Instagram.
And TikTok. I did a lot of Sephora shopping.
Oh, don't even get me started on Sephora shopping.
There's so many things to buy.
There was so many skincare routines. I've
got a whole new skincare routine.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I did a lot.
I can tell you my morning to night routine. That's how planned my life got. Planned.
The home workouts.
Yes.
I think that was like, how do we maneuver and how do we adapt during the Panasonic? Like, what are we going to do? Like the earlier stage. I'm going to keep calling it Panasonic, by the way. You're going to hear me say Panasonic. You're going to hear me say Panoramic. You're going to hear me say Polly Pocket. I can't
with the Polly Pocket. You got to chill.
Nah, the Polly Pocket, I saw it somewhere and I was like, that is hilarious.
So for your home workouts, like, what did you do? Did you do any?
I started. I did. I was squatting.
Hey.
I bought a resistant band. Wow. I bought workout clothes. Wow. I bought little dumbbells. Wow. I was out here. Mm-mm. That Amazon Prime is evil. Okay, evil, because
I don't have it.
The next day shipping. The next day, same day delivery. Oh,
tell me great. I can't get that because
it was great.
There's no way.
But yeah, the Sephora, like you said, I was spending a hefty coin. But I think that was everybody's, stress relief.
Yeah. I would go outside and just walk.
Yeah.
Walk around my block.
when it got nicer,
Yeah.
I found a lot of people were going outside more.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of people were providing like outdoor dance classes.
Which was nice to see, because I remember when I was younger, when you went outside, there was so many people outside. And then all of a sudden, like, it turned to like kids were just on their iPads and this and that.
Because you have your phones.
Right.
You don't need to go outside. There's like an app for you to like.
So now when I went outside and I was like, oh, this is nice.
There's
People are outside. We're walking. We're being active. I loved it.
It was, I think in the beginning, it hit everyone differently. But I think we were starting to like see that this was going to be a long-term thing.
Yeah, we were in this for the long term.
So I think we all had to transition. Like, I mean, it is what it is. You know, we had no choice. But I think that we also handled it very well as dance teachers. Yeah. We were transitioning. We jumped from being in person to being on Zoom, which P.S. I hate Zoom.
Me too. Can we talk about Zoom? Because
let me tell you something. I'll be on 8 and
the difficulty.
The kids will be on 3.
Yo. Oh my gosh. And at the beginning, I didn't know. Did you know that you could like share your sound? I was playing it through my speaker. And then that added a whole nother level of like stress, because the speaker's playing one thing. I'm hearing the beat. I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're on 2, 1, E. Yeah. I'm like, am I off or are you off? Because oh my goodness.
Even just the interaction with the students was so hard to not have, because we're so used to like feedback. Are you okay? You good?
Yeah.
Thumbs up is what the verbal communication was, because I'm talking to myself on a computer. It's lagging, it's glitching, I'm frozen.
All of the above.
That. I went from working 30 hours a week to
2 hours a week.
I went from 5 hours to 2 hours.
100%.
But I pushed, and honestly, I just kept going, and I kept going. And even as we're recording right now, there are still some studios that are still in lockdown who have not been in the studio since November 23rd of 2020, and now we are in March. Yeah. And still, we don't have it. So quickly just saying, my hearts are with everyone.
Shouts out to all of you.
And I commend you all for pushing and pulling through, and I hope that the call for action works, that dance studios are able to open safely in gray zone, so then that way, you know, we can provide a good year for these kids, because these kids they're the most important. Their mental health is the most important.
Yes.
So,
and I feel so bad for the kids, because as dancers, I know for me, as dance teachers, we really do feed off of the energy in the room. Yeah. And when you don't have that, it's just different. I feel that it's just so different, and it's harder because there isn't that energy. There isn't that push. Like you normally, like, you know what I mean? When you're hyping somebody up, you're like, it makes you dance even harder. And when you don't have that, it's like, I don't even know, man.
It's hard. So I can't imagine. And even like right now, it's with the kids who are able to be in studio right now, they are dancing in masks. Yeah. And I'm talking like 6-year-olds are dancing for full 45 minutes to an hour in a mask.
And like, imagine being a singer and you're dancing at the same time. Yeah. That's kind of what it feels like.
That's exactly
what it feels like, because you're masked up and you're dancing. You're trying to get through like a 3-minute routine and you can't breathe. No. Even as a teacher, when I'm talking, even with the mask on, it's hard. It's difficult.
So fast. And you have to keep the motivation. You have to keep them engaged. You have to keep
I'm like turning around, taking the mask down.
Yeah, listen, I have to like
breathe really quick.
And I have to keep, and like there's particular masks I have to wear while I'm teaching. Like I can't, because I'm going to like, I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Oh, I know.
But we have to do this safely, and no one is complaining about that. It's just, let us do it safely. Yeah. That's what I can say. Yeah. But jumping into online, offline, it hurting us financially. It hurting us emotionally, and just jumping back into things. There's a lot of things that we lost. Yes. In the panoramic. A lot. A lot of venues for dancers, for the industry. A lot of studios had to close.
Things are closing and things are shutting down. And
R.I.P. to Mod Club. If you were from the city, if you are from the city, you know Mod Club.
Yep.
And Mod Club held such an important value to the dance community. That was our place.
Yeah, a lot of people's first time putting their choreography out there was at Mod Club. Yeah,
and it was really hard to see that one go. To lose that one was so hard.
And I didn't even know when you told me, and I was like, "Are you joking?"
Yeah, and it's not even like it's dancers, but like artists. Like The Weeknd performed on Mod Club. Like there's so many people that performed on that stage who are now like of value in any type of way, in any type of artistry. So that was really hard because that was our home. We all lost our home.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're gonna be somewhere else, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna push through.
We're gonna turn the L's into W's.
Yes.
So now that we've kind of dealt with, not dealt with, but we've tried to maneuver and create a routine.
Yeah.
All of our stress shopping has been relieved. Sort of, kind of, not really.
It'll never be relieved on your end.
Okay, mind your business. Now, like I just said, the L's turning into W's. One of the L's we complained about was Zoom. How did we turn it into a W now?
To be honest with you, I turned it into a W just because there were so many teachers that were teaching online that we would have never gotten to take class from.
Absolutely.
That because of Zoom, it made everybody come together. You know what I mean? Like people in the States, big name choreographers, we were able to take their class. We were able to even watch their class. Like sometimes I would just sit there and watch just to learn tips on like the way that they teach and different stuff like that. And I feel like that was a huge advantage. And also just adapting. I feel like we're so comfortable sometimes in life that when we got onto Zoom, it was just a new way to adapt and a new way to do things. And I feel like it was very good for our mental.
It was extremely helpful. And even just the online classes, the free, once it was in the beginning, it was free IG classes.
Yeah.
And Instagram was way easier when it came to like music
live
and
classes.
Live classes. It was a lot easier than Zoom. But I think now with the learning curves, we were able to now create concrete plans.
Right.
Just being at these studios, we have said, okay, we're going to use sharing our audio with the students so that the music doesn't lag so much.
Right.
Using Bluetooth devices, AirPods, microphones, so that they can hear us clearer.
Anything that we can do to make it work.
Yes, anything that we can do to make it work. And with the anticipation of being in and out of the studio, creating, I would say, just more options to opt out if you don't want to do online, because some of children, it's hard for them. So creating that option for them and just being able to adapt and to move and getting that exact same treatment as you would be getting in person, but online. I think that was the most important for all of us as instructors, choreographers, dancers, studio owners, to make sure that the students are getting that exact same treatment.
Yeah.
Even though it's harder.
Yeah. And I even think now with being online, it's like, when you were sick, you would miss class. I feel like now when you're sick, you can still take class.
Yeah.
You can be on Zoom, you can watch, you can do all of these things that we never even thought of before, which is great.
That still being an option, I think will be a forever option for everyone.
It should
from
be.
now on.
I think so.
Like with anything, because sometimes even just having a little bit, like back in the day when you had a little cold or your nose was just running, like you would be sick and we couldn't miss dance. We'd still have to go and like teach, or we have to sit down and watch. Like we were still in the studio. Now you have to stay home. But even if like you feel a little cold or you still want to move,
you can take
that option of Zoom will forever be there.
It's
so
there.
I think that was a great W to take away from everything.
100%
with Zoom and online. So
absolutely,
that worked for me.
Yes. Now let's talk about, how did you find other ways to make money?
No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. No. I hustled. I almost got a job. I almost went back to the 9 to 5
I did get a job.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Yeah,
and it's my first time.
And
I feel good about it.
You know what I'm saying? You have big place for living on. You have big woman bills to pay. You walk up, you beloved.
That's it.
No, but I had to hustle. Like that's what it was. when we had a little bit of, taste of outside,
Yeah.
I jumped.
I know, we all did.
How many music videos did we do?
Like 3 or 4, at least.
Yeah, I want to say like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was working with a lot of artists from the city. And shout out to my girl, Devaney.
Yes,
That's my girl. That's the homie.
balance. Yeah.
So I was able to work and connect with her. I was able to work with other artists, local artists, I just hustled myself out there, and I just put my work out there. No matter what I was choreographing, I was out there, and that was my way to make up for time that was lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I made sure that the pay was right for not just myself, but for my dancers, because I knew that we were all suffering in some way differently financially. So I made sure. So that was my hustle.
Did Instagram help you with that?
Instagram helped. Yeah. Instagram helped. A lot of the time when I was looking for dancers, I would post it in my story.
Right.
People would share. I had to also personally reach out to dancers,
which is okay,
which is fine. But I feel like it was important for me to use all of my platforms to help not just myself, but I wanted to put money in other dancers' pockets,
which is amazing,
which is important. And I made sure you weren't getting ripped off.
Pay your dancers.
Yo,
tap.
Dancers. We'll get into that.
That's another episode.
But that was my hustle. Yeah. Just making up as much as I possibly could, and still sticking to teaching full time.
Right.
I almost lost sight of it, and I almost said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But I said, no, where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. And now it's like it's even worse.
I know, but we're making it work. Yeah.
But we're making it work. But you got your job, and
yeah,
you're still happy.
And I used Instagram. I mean, I got with a modeling agency, which was really nice. Yes.
That's my girl.
I know. So did a few music videos from that. And I just feel like we were just creating our own opportunities, because for me, life can't stop.
Exactly.
I'm always somebody who takes my time and uses it wisely.
Exactly.
Like, I will work 9 to 11 p.m. if I have to. And that's just the hustle in me. And I feel like this pandemic really showed me that you just have to make it work.
You have no choice.
You have no choice. There is no choice.
And it's 10 times harder for us as Black human beings, as Black women. We have to work 10 times harder.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very important that we did this and we use our voice and we make sure we're being heard. Regardless, I don't care. You're gonna hear me.
Yeah.
That's what
you're gonna hear me.
All right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even listen.
To think that we started this just by like sitting down and literally having a conversation, and I looked at you and I'm just like, yo, we can really like do something. We should do this. Yeah, we should, because we talk for like hours and hours and hours, and we might as well make something out of it.
It just came so organic.
Yeah,
that's why. And I think that's why we said, let's just do this. What is stopping us? There isn't that many people, human beings that look like us that are doing this in the city. Dance, word of mouth.
Right.
It's I don't see that many. No. And it's no disrespect to anybody that is doing it. Like 100%. Like, I love the hustle. I love seeing women empowerment. I love seeing it. Right. I love to see it.
I love to see it too.
But I would love to see more Black women stepping out.
100%.
And I feel comfortable to step out and be like, so what's good?
Yeah.
So I think that's very important, and I'm glad that we did this.
I'm so glad we did.
Because if we didn't, oh gosh.
Yeah.
We'd still be having living room talks
right.
for 5 hours.
But once again, it's that thing of creating your own opportunities and just making it work for yourself, and just pushing through and doing things that maybe you've never done before and stepping out of your comfort zone. It's all of that.
You don't like talking, but here you are talking.
Exactly.
Shout out to you.
Here we are.
Here we are today. So I think now it's just pushing our way through and figuring out how to continue turning the L's of this Panasonic into W's and just put in the best that we possibly can. I am hoping for the best, but I'm also preparing myself
For the worst.
all
Yeah.
scenarios. So I think that's very important. I think that's something that we should definitely be doing.
100%.
What else are we talking about?
There's just so many things that, like, for me, happened through this pandemic.
No problem.
Like, let's just say, for me, got a different job,
Yes.
for one, moved during a pandemic.
Yes, which I'm still very upset about, by the way.
Oh, yeah, because I moved further from you.
Yeah, it was too far.
But I feel like it's just a change of scenery, and that's something that I needed as well. Just to see different things and experience different things. It's all great.
You're lucky. I mean, I'm not complaining about the scenery I'm in because I get to go like toss up from like my house to my boyfriend's house. So it's
I guess
it's not that bad, and like
yeah.
I'm lucky to be in the studio, in person teaching right now. Knock on wood, please. Just keep it that way. And so I think the goal right now for me is just to make sure my students get to competition. That is the goal. Like that is the eye for me. My scenery is cool. Like I think I rearranged my room like 15 times.
Yes, and that's another thing that happened during the pandemic. Redecorating.
I bought
DIY.
Yes.
All of the above.
I bought a shoe shelf.
Whoa.
Listen, I bought so many unnecessary things for my room, like everything. But I did it. I bought like organizers and this and that. But like that was my intent this whole time frame right now is just to make sure that I get to comp with my kids one way or another.
And what's it looking like now? Are you guys getting ready to go to comp?
Yeah.
You're doing routines online. Well, now you're in person, but
we were doing routines online and we were making the best of it. I was teaching online choreography, which I don't even know how I did it, but pat myself on.
Yes, girl.
Because
I'm trying. It's hard.
It's hard, but I was trying my best to be as inspired as I could with the situation. So now, we're cleaning dances. We're crossing our fingers. Some virtual tape-ins have begun at some of my studios. Other studios.
Oh, so is that how you're doing it?
Yes.
You're taping it in the studio?
Some competitions are moving different.
Okay.
Some competitions are virtually. You have to record it in the studio and then submit it, and then that's their way. And then other competitions are doing studio block at venues. But right now, with everything kind of being up in the air, a lot of things are being pushed like May, June, July.
So for those who don't know, what is studio blocking? That means that studios go in one at a time.
So no audience, no inspectors, no nothing. It's just the kids, the teachers, and the video man, cameraman.
And not even like one parent can come.
No, right now there's no parents. Parents will be like one parent can come with you. If you have siblings, it's just one parent per household. And the parents are going to be in like one area. The students will be in another area. Rehearsal room will be another area. Stage will be in another area.
Oh my gosh.
So that's pretty much what we have to do to compete. But I'm just happy we're competing than not competing.
Yeah.
And knocking on wood, Karen, please let it happen. So that's like
let's let it happen.
Right now.
These kids need to go to comp. These kids need to dance.
They need to dance.
Yeah.
Even just adults too. We need to dance. I feel like I don't know how to dance anymore. I feel 100%. So rusty.
Yeah.
Like I was taking classes, training every day.
I know.
And now, because I'm so into my work, I feel like I haven't done that in a while. But it's very important that we do shout out the people that, dancers who are doing things and trying to be creative as best as they possibly can to continue and to keep pushing forward and don't give up and don't stop.
Yes, do not give up, please.
That's it.
We got to push through.
We have to push through.
Make it happen.
I don't know what else is next. I can't read your notes.
The open and close back into the studio. Fighting for dance to be essential.
The pump fake.
The pump fake.
Okay. This is good.
Yeah.
We're at a good pace right now.
We are at a good pace.
We're at a good pace. The pump fake, open and close, open, close. What are your thoughts?
It's a lot just because you try and get into this routine, which is what I worked out from the beginning of the pandemic of just getting into a routine. Everything's flowing, everything's nice. And then open, close hits and the pump fake. It's like, why are you pumping me up to let me know that we're going to close again?
What is your problem?
I just can't get in the flow of things when that's happening.
No, it's hard.
And even it's hard for the studios because they have to change schedules and adjust. And it's like these poor kids are going from one thing to another thing constantly, on and off and on and off. And I find that it's very hard to keep them motivated and keep them interested. Do you find that your kids are like demotivated right now?
But listen, it's hard. And I'm trying. Some kids are like, if we go back on Zoom, I'm not doing it. Some kids have said I'm not doing Zoom. They opt out, which is fine because of so many trial and errors with Zoom. They don't want to do it, which is fine. It's not the same as dancing in person. And then it's just being able to, it's like giving something to me
False hope.
And then taking it away.
Yeah.
Like that hurts.
I know,
so
it's
I understand why it's hard for some students to do it. Some students are just let me dance one way or another. But I do understand. So us preparing ourselves for it and dance studios preparing ourselves for it is important because if there's one lesson that I'll keep screaming and saying over and over again is we realize we are not
essential
at all.
Yeah. And that's another topic of what's essential and what's not essential, because to me, your physical activity is essential. But to everybody else, I guess not.
No, they don't care. They don't care. We had to fight to get dance to be deemed as a sport because they wouldn't even look at it as a sport. They were putting it as like fitness studios. And it, like, why not? We compete. We get rewarded. We have to train. We have to
People
push.
don't realize how physical dance is and what a toll it takes on your body.
Day
in and day out.
I teach 6 days a week. I'm teaching. Can you imagine dancing?
Actually dancing, yeah.
These girls, these boys,
you're making your body do these crazy things.
They're
contortion.
These children they're dancing 5 hours a day. Can
More
you
than
imagine?
that, yeah.
You go into the gym 5 hours straight.
Non-stop. You get one break. Take a sip of water. Let's go. Do it again.
Yep.
From the top. Make
Dancing
it drop.
Full What's wrong with you?
A lot. From the top, make it drop. I can't.
Man, but yeah, just realizing that we weren't essential was such a slap in the face. I was like, oh, no, yeah, I know nothing. Oh, crazy.
No, yeah.
It's like crazy. I don't, no? Oh, okay, no problem. I don't qualify? I don't qualify.
Oh, okay.
I don't make,
so that's what we're saying? That's what we're doing?
True, that's how we feel?
Okay,
I see you. It's an outside thing. It was so hard. And it's like looking at jobs that, I don't want to say that you put jobs down, but
who knew that somebody working in a grocery store, a cashier, was essential?
They are making coins, okay? Costco is essential. Walmart is essential. No Frills is essential. All of these places are essential.
I know.
But the place to be active and to work and to
gym,
inspire and to motivate yourself and for your mental health is not.
And we were talking about how dance is an outlet. For me, it was an outlet. As a kid, going to school and then going through the stress of school or just anything that was happening at home, going to dance was like my place where I can just release everything and I didn't have anything else on my mind. And it really was my outlet. So for these kids, they don't have that.
It's hard. I don't even think it's hard that's just saying the least.
That's just keeping it light.
Like, that's just being nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the best thing that I try to do is to continue to let my students know that this won't be forever.
Everything is temporary.
It's temporary, and just making the best out of the situation. And again, not everyone is in the studio yet. So I also think just bringing a call to action, just making it known we are important. We should be valued. We're not just props.
Yeah.
We're not just decorations. We are working hard. Blood, sweat, and tears are put into this as teachers.
And I know that sounds cliche, like blood, sweat, and tears.
No, but it's actually
blood, sweat, and tears.
Blood, sweat, tears, bones, everything. Like, we are putting our all into it, and to come up with routines as teachers, teaching at different studios, teaching different amount of routines, having to be creative and do all that.
A lot goes into it.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, respect us.
Respect us.
put some respect on our name.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I teach at a studio in Mississauga, and then I teach in a studio in Schaumburg.
Mm-hmm.
The studio in Schaumburg has gotten to open multiple times, but the studio in Mississauga
is still closed.
Is still closed,
and that's what sucks. It sucks that it's a line between York Region and Toronto is how students are able to go to school or go to dance, and kids that are on the other side of the line have to stay at home.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. And we are safe.
I know. Because the dance community is big, but it's also small.
Yeah.
Like when you're on Instagram or whatever the case may be, you can see that some kids are in the studio.
Yes.
And that must feel like you must feel some type of way when you're like, I can't go to the studio, but you can.
Let me tell you something. If I even see any one of my students like even try to like not be present,
Mm-hmm.
I always remind them. I'm like, do you know that there are still
lucky.
Students who have not been in the studio since November, and you are here?
Crazy.
You better do that again. I have to remind them.
Do it again.
Do it again.
From the top.
Do it. Make it drop.
It drop.
So there's no play. So it sucks, but I really, really do hope that with everything going on, we as dance studios, dance teachers, instructors, we come together and really push for this. Mm-hmm. And I hope the outcome is to see that we are needed. We're essential.
Yeah, we are essential.
We need some sort of blanket. We need something for us. Yeah. Like I said, a little EI wouldn't hurt. Okay, so
because it's not just that. It's like this is people's livelihood. Like this is our job. This is our income, and to have that taken away from you, and there's no opportunity to get it back. It's just like
it's rough.
Yeah, it's very rough.
Make us essential. Period. That's it. I only want no long talking. Yes. We are important. Remember that. Thank you.
We are important. And on that note, this is our first episode. We killed it.
We did it!
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit that bell button right down below.
The bell button.
Yes.
The CheyTeaPodcast will be available on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. So please, wherever you decide to listen to us.
Button.
Follow us on Instagram.
We're on TikTok.
CheyTeaPodcast.
Spell it out. CheyTeaPodcast.
Yeah. It's a podcast. I was like, did you spell it right? Yes, follow us everywhere. It'll be here on YouTube if you're watching us. It'll be on the screen for where you need to follow us. And we will be back with more episodes and more topics.
Yes, and that's it. We'll be back with more videos and podcasts.
I just said that.
Hey.
Goodbye.
You gotta say it a few times.